When Greeley, Colorado was first founded, it was called the Garden of the West. Since we originally became a city, we have had a deep love down to our bones for outdoor spaces. Today, Greeley has over 2,000 acres of natural areas. We have over 40 neighborhood parks. One of those most beloved spaces in Greeley is our Poudre River and the Poudre River corridor. Unfortunately, however, many of you might not know, the Poudre River has undergone some significant changes over the past several decades. I'm here today with Victoria McKinnon to talk about some of those changes. So, Victoria, what's going on along the river?
Well, like you were saying, the Poudre River has experienced a lot of changes as Greeley has also experienced change. So as Greeley has grown and become more urbanized, the Poudre River has actually straightened out. So we've seen a loss of about 2 miles of river length between 1950 and 2019. So there's some pretty significant straightening of the river.
I've seen the maps and it's pretty cool, but also disheartening. You know, you look at the historic river and it looks like a snake, right? And now we're cutting straight across. And when that happens, what are the impacts on the river? Why do we care that it's straightening out?
Well, it can cause some degradation of the natural habitats and the ecological resources along the river, and it also has impacted our infrastructure as well. So we've experienced more flooding downtown, and so it's not only the natural resource itself, but it's actually impacting our community and our infrastructure as well.
Okay, so this sounds a little doom and gloom. Our river is shortening, we're flooding. We're doing something about it though. That's why we're here today. So tell me about this project you're working on called the Poudre River Restoration Initiative.
This is such an exciting project. It's a really pivotal moment for the City of Greeley and our neighbors and our partners. So what we're doing is a master plan project to look at the whole river corridor within the Greeley city limits. And so we have a lot of our master plans emphasize the Poudre River. It's a big part of our natural areas and trails master plans, but this is really the first time we've done a master plan totally focused on the river corridor itself. And we're really looking at it through the lens of economic development as well. So looking at how the river can provide some missing experiences to our Greeley residents.
Okay, let's talk more about that because this part is really exciting. Of course, we want to conserve the river. We want to make sure we have habitats for all of the wildlife throughout Greeley. I know we're working closely with Colorado Parks and Wildlife on that element, but there's also going to be some fun. So let's talk about that economic piece. What do you need from residents right now to sort of envision this future fun along the river?
We really want to position the Poudre River as a community anchor and make sure that it's well connected and it's an amenity, it's a destination for our residents as well as visitors. So we want to hear from the community about how people want to recreate, what types of activities, how they want to move along the Poudre, and even what your perfect river day might look like. So really trying to understand not only, to your point, the natural uplift or ecological uplift we can bring, but also what can we provide to our Greeley residents from the perspective of fun and enjoyment and quality of life.
Cool. And I've seen the survey. I know right now we're exploring sort of a buffet of ideas of fun that range from, people who want more spaces to kayak, more spaces to tube, if we can have that kind of water flow. But we're also talking about community playgrounds, maybe a lot for food trucks, if people want a space for more concerts along the river. So really, the world is our oyster right now, and we're right now collecting ideas. We're in this information gathering phase of hearing from you about what would be your perfect way to spend time in Greeley along the river. So, best case scenario, we collect feedback from everybody. They tell us about their fun. I know we're doing a lot of data site visits on the river and what needs to change. In your mind, what does the river look like 5-10 years from now? What is our end game with this project?
I think a lot of that has to do with the feedback that we get from the community. So, our consultants have done a lot of field work. There's a lot of science that goes into this project and the information gathering and field work, but also community preferences and needs and wants are just as important. So we can incorporate all of that into the design of this master plan. And so I think right now we're still in the information gathering, but I think having the Poudre River really better connected to our community and providing some of those missing experiences.
It's really exciting. When we're done, this is going to be a space that is safe for the wildlife in Greeley, protects our infrastructure from flooding, and is also just a blast to spend a lot of time around, which is going to be awesome. If you want to get involved, like Victoria mentioned, we're in phase 1. We're gathering information. We're dreaming about what this could be. You can contribute by filling out our digital survey online. And you can do that and learn more about the project by visiting speakupgreeley.com.